This sweater is so ugly that it is screwing up with my recording setup. But anyhow, hello there friend, welcome to an all-new, the glorious return of the Writer's Life Vlogs with your host, Kirin. That's me. It's been a bit of a long while. I had a bunch of silly videos for the end of the year, you know, the Kirin games, the AMAs. The AMAs, that sounds like an award. Is it actually an award? I don't know. Before I say anything, happy holidays, happy New Year's. I hope you had a lovely time. I hope somebody gave you some monies and you bought something cute with those monies. I bought this ugly, terrible Star Wars thing because I'm a giant nerd. But anyhow, I've taken like 5 selfies of me kissing Phasma. Is that a metaphor for something? I don't know, it's always a metaphor. Insert the Fault in Our Stars joke here. But yes, I'm back, and I'm back here with a little bit of an update of what I've been up to, as well as a little bit of inspiration and writing advice along the way. For the first half of this video, I'm going to be talking about what I was up to, and on the second half, since I don't have a question to talk about, instead I'm going to give you a little bit of a writing exercise. So what was I up to? Well, part of me realized about halfway through making all of those videos for the end of the year that they were more work if I had just made regular videos, because they were way longer. So I ended up being super busy with just preparing stuff for the end of the year. Also busy with like, because especially when you do stuff like this, it takes a long while to create stuff so you can take a day off. Thankfully, I was able to take days off. If you follow me on Twitter, and you should if you want to get silly updates from me all the time, talking about me playing The Sims, that was a really fun couple of days. That's how I spent Christmas. I just played The Sims non-stop. Sims 4, by the way. Picked it up during the Origin sale. That game is really good! That game is really good. It's like super solid and it runs better than The Sims 3 ever did in my computer, so that's crazy. But aside from that, what else have I been working on? Well, as for the working, I released a book. Did you notice? A couple days back, I released it on Patreon for early access, and as of today, the book is available for everyone. If you would like to learn more about that book, link in the description down below. But anyhow, it's the second volume of my serialized cyberpunk story. But anyways, I did a bunch of editing, I published that book, and I'm working on a little something else. I have plans of getting a lot of writing done this upcoming weekend, working on a little bit of a special project. Though I won't tell you what it is just yet. But yeah, so that's out of the way, I am super excited to get back to work. I'm super excited to get back to doing regular videos that don't take twice as long to make and edit. But I'm also excited to get back to writing and editing and just doing stuff for the channel and for you dorks. You may not have noticed, but we did a bunch of stuff recently. Like, I finished Destiny Fails Us, I started and finished Emily's Away, and I started The Wolf Among Us, and I started Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. A lot of changes, and then we're gonna keep moving on from there. I have a lot of plans, and it's one of those things where like I feel, it's not because I rested a lot, because I didn't, but since I spent so much time not working on writing, I can't wait to get back into writing. My writerly batteries are full to the brim, and I'm ready to do some writing, to get my stories out there, and I'm excited for this weekend. I'm excited to get some more writing done again. That sounded so serious. Why so serious? Wow, I can't wait for that reference to be too freaking old. It's like people who quote the first Batman movie. Did you mean me? But they don't get it. Like, and I guess it's doubly funny for me because like I grew up watching the original Batman movie in Spanish, as well as the second movie with Michelle Pfeiffer? I don't know. The girl who played Catwoman. That scene is freaking creepy. Imagine like little young lass Max just watching that going, that's creepy. But I watched those in Spanish, so I can't quote them in English. But it's one of those things where I'm like, how long does it take for this thing to become so old that nobody knows what the hell you're quoting? I guess it's just pop culture, but with that silliness out of the way, that's what I've been up to, that's what I've been doing, being silly, wearing really bad sweaters, and just, you know, kissing my Phasma pup that Kitty gave me for Christmas. I love Phasma so much. I watch Star Wars, by the way, if you can't tell. Oh god, so gross. Not only weeb trash, but also nerd trash. That's me. Anyways, Since I don't have a question to talk about today, let's do a little bit of a writing exercise. I was thinking a few days back on interesting ideas for writing, and one came to mind. One struck me, and I was sitting here thinking to myself, yeah, that would be a fun exercise. And, feel free to write this down, or feel free to just make a little bit of a note on your current project, maybe on the edge of your notebook, if you may. Maybe later when you get a little bit of a chance, or right now as soon as the video is over, or in the middle of the video. You're free to do whatever you want. You're your own individual, and I believe in you. Write a scene. Just a short scene. It can be just a page, 300 words, or a whole chapter, 3,000 words. Write a scene where your character has free time. For the first time ever, your character has free time. What do they do? How do they feel about it? Do they like it or do they hate it? I know people who hate taking time off. I'm one of those sometimes, unless I'm really tired, in which case I'm like, yes, let's put on The Sims 4 and recharge our batteries. How does your character spend their time off? What do they do? It's one of those things where, I often find myself writing about characters who are always doing something, so the idea of them stopping and having free time is ridiculous. What would Spider do if she had a day off? What would Lucian do if he had a day off? Just spend all day in bed, under the covers, being sad about the choices he's made in his life? That's not true. It's mostly true. 60-40. Anyhow, consider what your character would do in their day off. Would they go out? Would they stay home? Would they spend it with their friends? Would they spend it alone? People usually look at character development and they imagine it to be these enormous things, like their stand and their morals and the things they believe in. And I feel like little things tell more about us. Not because they're these enormous things like the icebergs in the ocean, but they're the accents, not the little things, but the way in which the real person that we are, the person that we truly are, comes out into the foreground. How does your character spend their free time? What do they do? Who do they spend it with? And above all, do they like it or would they rather just be working on whatever else they need to do? Some people don't like waiting, and other people just need time to step away from their world and just heal. But anyhow, that's your writing prompt for today. For the time being though, thank you for watching. I want to know how your weeks have been going. Have you been writing? Have you been editing? Have you been just enjoying this free time that you've been having? Haha, see what I did there? It's a reference to the prompt for today. But anyhow, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. Why am I giving you the Doki Doki heart? Is my heart even on this side of my chest? Don't worry about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. And I'll be seeing you on the next one. Star Wars trash! Doodle Star Wars trash! Star Wars trash. Star Wars trash. Fun fact, because nobody asked me what I thought of The Force Awakens, so I'm gonna tell you what I thought of The Force Awakens. It was really good. It was legitimately good. And it was legitimately funny. It had just little jokes there, no slapstick, just little quips, little jokes that characters make here and there. That's not how the Force works, kid. That made me laugh. I literally broke out laughing. Really clever movie. Really funny. I'm excited for where else they take this movie. But anyhow, that's my mini review of The Force Awakens. Wow. I shouldn't have been wearing this sweater for this review, because I looked really biased. Max said literally kissing one of the characters in the movie. Super biased.